Today's lesson is 2.5, Analog Clocks. The objective is to introduce the analog clock. Our learning target today is I can explain what the hands on a clock mean and estimate time using the hour hand. People use lots of different tools for telling time. They use calendars to keep track of days and months. They also use them to help remind and plan for important events. People use stopwatches to figure out who has a faster time in a race or how much time a player has taken on a turn. And they use clocks to help them organize their days. In our classroom, we have an analog clock to help us keep track of time. These clocks have two special hands. A short hand helps us keep track of the hour, while a long hand helps us keep track of the minutes. As these hands move around the clock, they move at different pace. The hour hand moves more slowly than the minute hand. That's because there are more minutes in 1 hour. There's actually 60 minutes in 1 hour, so this hand will move 60 times around the clock to make 1 hour. Watch as your teacher moves the hands on the clock clockwise. Notice where the little hand or the hour hand and the big hand or minute hand are positioned. Pause video here. Great observations. Telling time is always an estimate. It's never exact because time is always moving. When we make an estimate about time, we're always looking at our hour hand or the short hand. If I'm going to make an estimate about what time is on this clock, I'm going to look at where this hand is positioned. What I notice is it's a little after 4 o'clock. I could also say that it's between 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock. When I look at this clock, again, I'm going to look at the hour hand. I'm noticing even though the minute hand has moved, the hour hand is still between the 4 and the 5. So I might say that the time is after 4 o'clock. I might say it's half past 4 because I'm exactly halfway around my hour. I might also say it's between 4 and 5 o'clock. Can you make an estimate about what time it is? It's 2 o'clock or about 2 o'clock. I can tell because my hour hand is pointing at the 2 and my minute hand is at the 12. What about this clock? About what time is it? Good ideas. When I look at the hour hand, I'm noticing that it's between the 8 and the 9. So I might say that it's between 8 and 9 o'clock. I could also say it's after 8 o'clock because my hour hand is not quite on the 9 yet. I could also say that it's close to 9 o'clock because that hour hand is almost at the 9, but not quite. Let's try again. About what time is it? When I look at my hour hand, I'm noticing that it's about 5 o'clock. I could also say it's a little after 5 o'clock because I'm noticing my minute hand is a little after the hour. About what time does this clock show? When I look at my hour hand, I see that it's between the 7 and 8. So I might say it's between 7 and 8 o'clock. I'm also noticing that my minute hand is halfway through the hour. So I might say it's halfway between 7 and 8 o'clock. I could also say that it's a little past 7 o'clock, or that it's almost 8 o'clock. Last one. What time do you see? When I look at my hour hand, I'm noticing that it's close to the 11, but not quite. So I could say it's almost 11 o'clock. I could also say that it's between 10 and 11 o'clock. Remember, when you're making an estimate about time, you're always going to look at your hour hand and notice where it's pointing to. Is it between two numbers? Is it on one of our numbers? That's going to help you figure out about what time it is.